6'5", The Fan, Jay Binkley, with Chris Unocero, longtime work together, Chris. Not that you and I didn't work together earlier today when we cut a new edition of Character Concerns. It was a little bit delayed because it just made sense with Chris being here and I was here, so we recorded that earlier. Good evening, Chris.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. I love following Dana. Dana's got a great show. That Players Only is a good show.
Yeah, no, it's always good getting to work with
I
them.
agree with everything you said about Rashee Rice. Of course, I'm the one.
I did not agree with the boneless wings take.
That's what I was getting to.
And the part that was weird, he apparently, first off, he doesn't mess with double stuff Oreos, which is like that's the only Oreos you can eat. You got to get
both.
double.
I think they're both fine.
You got to get double stuff. You can't get the regular Oreos because you're getting ripped off. You're getting ripped off. But then he's dipping it in applesauce, and I'm like, that's a waste of a good Oreo.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
It's got to be milk, right?
It's got to be milk, but like
they can go without anything.
you could
honestly.
just go with a plain Oreo, with a regular Oreo, like a regular double stuff Oreo, and you're good. Now, if you get triple stuff, that's way too much.
Well,
Like,
I know there was controversy regarding Chips Ahoy. I guess Rob didn't like them or something like
They're
that.
fine. I mean, but like, there's better cookies out there. If you're gonna get just regular ass chocolate chip cookies, there's better ones out there.
Well, and the one thing is, I'm not usually a Chips Ahoy guy, but they did this collaboration with Reese's. So it was Reese's Chips Ahoy combination. I'll be honest with you, that was pretty good stuff, man. I like that clever. Anytime you put Reese's in anything, I'll eat it.
I'm not a big like peanut butter chocolate person, but they're fine. They're fine. I mean, they're fine.
I love it, but the bone's in. I mean, here's the thing. And Dana, he was leaving. I said, Dana,
I listened to you earlier when you were on with CDOT, and I heard Dana talk earlier on Cody and Gold about the boneless wings.
Well, you agreed with my take, right? Like the
bone in
are chicken nuggets.
Bone in is because boneless is it's just it's chicken nuggets.
And I don't care about the mess either.
And I'm fine with eating chicken nuggets. I'll eat them every now and then. Yeah. But if I'm getting wings, I'm getting bone in because boneless they're not wings.
Is that an entree or an appetizer?
Entree. I usually eat them as an entree. I'm not ordering wings as an appetizer. That's the meal.
As Dana was walking out, because he's going to Buffalo this weekend, I said, hey, man, have some bone-in wings. I mean, you're going to the capital of wings there, and what they call it, the Anchor Bar or something like that, that legendary Buffalo bar.
I don't remember what it's called, but you're probably right.
You're going to get some good stuff out there. So that's the one thing they're really good at is their wings. I'll give them that. We have Gene Battaglia coming on at 7:15. He's from our station, their sister station, out in Western New York. They cover the Buffalo Bills. They carry the Buffalo Bills online. He's at every practice and training camp and everything else. And I've talked to him ever since the Chiefs got Mahomes back in 2017 when they traded the Bills. We've had kind of this little rivalry / friendship, whatever you want to call it, going together since then. But he was here for the Royals-Mets series. I mean, he's a glutton for punishment, right? Because they were like honoring the 2015 team.
Man.
Like, he's sitting there, and the
he's
Royals
used to
beat
watching
the Mets,
Kansas City kick his team's ass.
and he's sitting there with the shadow of Arrowhead behind him. It's kind of like, this dude. But anyway, so I take him to Smokehouse Barbecue because he won barbecue, and that's honestly it's kind of a cliched thing to take people to eat the barbecue. But I'll be honest with you, if they're not from Kansas City, it's what they want to do because all they've done is heard about it.
Oh yeah,
so
I get it.
Want it.
I get it.
So
it's like if you go to Buffalo, you're gonna want some wings.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it's like it's not like the media that asks the questions all the time. Like when the Chiefs get a new player, hey, what's your favorite barbecue restaurant? I mean, that's the go-to question, which is silly, but they like to eat it. So we go to Smokehouse, and Joe was up there, and he tried something risky. He brought the wings to Gene. Now, Gene had ordered his barbecue because he wanted to eat the burnt ends and stuff like that because I recommended he eat some burnt ends.
Yeah, get some burnt ends, get some brisket.
So, but do
pulled
that.
pork, a little bit.
But they brought these wings to him, and I was like curious about it because how does a guy with Buffalo, because I know how I'd feel if I was eating some barbecue in New York because I'm accustomed to it in Kansas City.
Yeah,
so
I'd be like, I'm good.
So I'd be like, what is it? But he tried them, and he loved them. I'm telling you, man, these things like a secret ingredient on there. So I always order them now, the Cajun butter wings. It's bone-in, by the way, so.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not
approve of them.
If it's the only, if I'm feeling wings and it's the only option is to get boneless, fine, I'll get boneless. If I got a choice, I'm never choosing boneless ever. Like not once. Like I've never been like, man, I'm really feeling boneless wings. Like boneless wings are fine. I guess I'll get some.
But regardless, it is fun to talk about. We're going to talk to Gene, as I said, at 7:15. as we talk some Buffalo Bills. I went on with them yesterday talking a little trash because that's what we do. We talk trash between the two cities and the two football teams. And I am curious, would he trade the Buffalo Bills, the whole team, and the coaching staff for the coaching staff and the players of Kansas City? Because in previous years, you might not have said that. With the offense, we're hovering around 15 points per game. He might not do that. But I'm curious if he'd do it now because I think he would. Because I think this is a better team. And as I've said, and it's not just, as I've said lately, weeks ago, months ago, I said I would take this 25 team, especially when Rice came back. I was like, I would take this 25 team over the 24 team, as silly as that sounds. They won the division by 4 games. The only division in the AFC that had 3 playoff teams, okay? I would take this team that won 15 games and went to the Super Bowl. I would take this team over 24 because they're more talented on defense. Well, the defense is just as good. They were 4th in scoring defense last year, 2nd in scoring defense 2 years ago. They're 2nd in scoring defense now. But what they're doing on 4th down is insane, Chris. And I told you a little bit about that. We talked about on character concerns a little bit. And if you average out Mahomes' previous 7 years, it's 57% that teams are converting 4th downs on. It's no magic and mystery. You heard people talking about, why are the Chiefs scoring points? Well, they're 2nd in the league in offensive points per game, points per drive, which is a stat they keep. They average 2.95 as far as every time that Patrick Mahomes takes the ball and goes forward with it. But they're down at 25% now. Washington goes 0 for 2 on 4th down. And keep in mind, it's been as high as 66%, even 67% by teams twice in those years of Mahomes. They've led the league in teams going for it on 4th down. So, and they're third now. Third most times any team has gone for it on 4th down has been against the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're only at 25%, 1 out of 4 chance. It used to be a coin flip that teams would do, and it would infuriate you. The Chiefs would look good on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, and then they'd convert on 4th down. Why did they do it? Well, analytics would say, hey, it's better than a coin shot chance. When it's 66%, got a better chance to make it on 4th down. Well, they're not doing it now, and they're turning over the ball. It's like a turnover. So Mahomes is taking over right where they decided to go for it, and he's got a short field to deal with. So that's why the offense, I do think the offense is predicated on defense. I love what the offense is doing. I love the fact they're 9th in the NFL now and running the ball by committee, just using everybody, including Mahomes, to run the football. The offense is capitalizing in the red zone, and they're doing a great job putting touchdowns on the board. But make no mistake about it, they're getting the ball back at a record rate. They shaved it in half, the average, 57% on 4th down, 25%. So they're getting the ball a lot more for Patrick Mahomes to go through and score, and that's a pretty big number.
I mean, to me, the biggest thing is just how efficient the Chiefs' offense has been. Because, it's funny is, Julio's in one of my my own, fantasy football leagues. And today, he dropped Harrison Butker because Harrison Butker is fantasy-wise is, middle of the pack. Because the last 3 weeks, all the Chiefs do is score touchdowns. They don't kick that many field goals.
Yeah, they've relied on Harrison.
And Butker has been one of the best fantasy kickers for a while because the last 2 years, but definitely the last 3 years, the Chiefs kick a lot of field goals, especially longer field goals. And this year, well, really the last 3 games, they just been scoring touchdowns. And so it takes away a lot of the value of Butker in fantasy. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. I was like, man, last game, Butker had 4 fantasy points because they were just all extra points.
Even Rice is not kicking much. Even he's just getting bored over there.
Yeah, he had I think he had 7 fantasy points against the Raiders because he did get 1 field goal in, but he had 4 touchdowns, 4 extra points. So it was the value, it hasn't really been there because he's not really getting an opportunity to kick very many field goals or kick long field goals. So it's really impressive how efficient the Chiefs' offense has been at scoring touchdowns.
Very efficient. And, the everybody got to eat moniker the receivers are using, which is true because they're all getting yards, and nobody's got over 100. Mahomes or Kelsey's been close at 99. Hollywood Brown's been close for 99. But you can also use that moniker for the running game because they ran the ball. They've been running the ball much better. They're 9th in the NFL in running the football. The one thing the Bills do well is they're number 1 in the league in rushing. The thing is, the Commanders were number 2 in the NFL in rushing, and the Chiefs held them to 60 yards. Again, the Chiefs didn't have a running back over 100 yards last year. They don't have one over 100 yards this year. The only guy to go over 100 on the Chiefs was last year it was Lamar Jackson that first game when he had 122 from the quarterback position against the Chiefs. Yes, Josh Allen does pose problems, but one thing about Josh Allen is the Bills like going for fourth on it. They haven't gone for fourth very much this year. Matter of fact, it's been very limited for the Bills going for it on fourth down. They certainly will against the Chiefs because they understand the game. They understand they've been in these battles. They understand the importance of getting that first down. They understand, like last year, fourth down plays, or it'd be 4th and 3, and Josh Allen will all of a sudden score a touchdown. Like, they understand the significance of going for it on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just saying it's much different because they're doing a much better job at shutting things down.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I think has been really impressive with the defense, how good the coverage has been, as far as because we already know the defense, the front, the pass rush is not great at generating quick pressure. It's more so deliberate, relentless, push guys back. Eventually, the quarterback doesn't really have a whole lot of places to go, and that's how they're getting them down. But if you're going to play that style as far as the pass rush goes, you got to be able to cover guys down the field. And that's really, I think, been the most impressive part about what the defense is doing.
Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie have been great on the edges there.
And
Brandon Cook
Noah
and stuff and what he's
Williams.
doing at center. Noah Williams has been outstanding
awesome
at what he's doing. Love that draft pick by the Chiefs, but even the safeties, getting involved in doing things.
We're not seeing a whole lot of big plays.
Even
in the passing
Shamari Connor's
game
all over the place.
Yeah.
They use him everywhere.
Yeah, it's that's, to me, has been the most impressive part. Is going into the year, we did have some question marks about the cornerback situation because you brought in Christian Fulton, and then Christian Fulton has had some injury issues. He had injury issues basically from the time he signed with the team. Training camp hurt a lot, missed, I think, most, if not all, of training camp. And even now he's been healthy scratch almost every week that he's been available for the team. And yet they really haven't missed a beat at all. Jalen Watson's been very good in coverage. You go watch the film. He's really good. Noah Williams, rookie, thrust into a situation, in a situation I don't think Spags wanted to put him in. I think Spags was thinking, hey, we're going to use Christian Fulton as a way to kind of get an experienced guy out there opposite Jalen Watson, and then
he got beat out.
Yeah, and then not only the thing is Christian Fulton. I think if Noah Williams had not come along as fast as he would, I think Christian Fulton would be out there playing. But because Noah Williams has really come along so quickly, he's really kind of given Spags an opportunity to sit Christian Fulton and make sure he's good to go. And if he feels like Fulton's ready to go and they need him, then he'll put him out there. But yeah. I like what the secondary has done. And I was at Monday's game, and it was just really impressive how good the coverage was down the field. And it was everything was basically, well, Marcus, you got to run or you got to check down. You got to get rid of the ball really quick over the middle of the field. But there was, he had to make 2 perfect throws. The one that was the great catch by, I think it was Terry McLaurin, where he got the knee down inside. And then the other one, the touchdown, I think it was to Debo, right along the sideline there. Those were 2 perfect throws from Mariota. And it's if that's what it takes for you to make those kind of plays, then that means that you're playing really good. The other team's playing really good coverage. And so I got to give them a lot of credit for that.
No, I do. And the sacks are down. They're 16th in the NFL in sacks. Last year, they were tied for 18th with the Buffalo Bills. But then they were second for 2 straight years when they were manufacturing kind of a pass rush in what the Chiefs were doing. But the sacks are down, so the corners have to carry their men much longer. But this defense is nothing to complain about. It's second in the NFL in scoring defense, and that's the only thing that really matters is scoring defense. But they're 4th in total defense. They're actually top 5 in both offense and defense, which is crazy just how built this team is. Coming up next, though, we'll go out to New York, and we'll talk to Gene Battaglia. There's a sports talk show out there, and they, of course, carry the Buffalo Bills games. We'll check in with the Buffalo side of things next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Does this sound like you? Every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you can't do. But I've got good news for you. Relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? At QC Kinetics, we tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve the pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So now's the perfect time to book your free consultation with Saturday appointments to fit your schedule. Call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, QC Kinetics. Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/royal rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a lot more.
And I completely agree. That's why I'll pay more for your car at GiveMeTheVin.com. That's the name of our new campaign. I'm worth more. You are worth more, and your car's worth more. And that's why I will pay more. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100 at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Get ready, Missouri. Kickoff is near. The world's largest sports book is coming to your fingertips. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. With high and transparent app limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Start betting like a pro in Missouri on December 1st. Learn about your new bookie today at circasports.com. The world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports launches December 1st.
DQ presents the sound of your next meal at DQ. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, loving a chicken strip basket, or digging into everyday value with a $7 meal deal. Wait, where is the sound? Am I missing something? Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Makes sense. So delicious and so peaceful. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today at participating U.S. locations. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Wake up with Fesco and Dusty from 6 to 10. Hang out with Cody and Gold from 10 until 2. And on your way home, tune in for The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Can't listen in the car? Listen live or on demand with the Odyssey app. And watch all the shows on YouTube or your favorite social media platforms. Your home for Chiefs football. Your home for Royals baseball. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan, Jay Binkley with Chris Uno-Cero. Here's the thing. I've talked to Gene since 2017. It's been a tradition for the Chiefs and Bills. What Mahomes and Allen, game number 10 against these two. It's always a lot of fun. And joining us now from the sports bar in our sister station in Western New York that carries the Buffalo Bills games, the one, the only, Gene the Dancing Machine. What's up, Gene Battaglia?
I think I want to plan another trip to Kansas City just for those Cajun butter wings, Jay. So.
You like them. See, I brought that up, too. I said we went to barbecue because you wanted barbecue. You wanted to try that, the burn ends and things like that. And I was a little nervous about it, about you eating wings in Kansas City. Obviously, from where you're from, it'd be like taking me out to a barbecue restaurant in New York. And so I was a little surprised you liked the wings. And this has been the big controversy, Gene. Bone in or bone out, because there's been a controversy going back and forth. I'm a bone in guy, but there's a lot of bone out guys. But there's a lot of bone in guys as well. But that's been the controversy. What's the proper way to eat a wing?
Oh, no, there's no such thing as boneless wings up here.
Okay, thank you.
No, that's not happening. That's called a chicken nugget.
It is
that's another way to phrase it. So no, you definitely get the bone in, as you would say. But there's only one way to eat a wing. That's it's with that, and it is not with ranch. It's with blue cheese. I'm not a blue cheese guy, but I'm definitely not a ranch guy either.
Do they serve them at the game?
No, actually.
Really? They got to
really,
the new
no.
stadium.
Sometimes, I check that. Like if you're in the luxury box, or sometimes the press box, sure they'll have them out there. So, I'm sure for the visiting media this week, somebody's really dying for some. We'll have a few there for you.
Well, this is going to be fun. It's fun hearing the chatter going back and forth between the team. It's been very respectful for the most part between the two teams. I listened to Deion Dawkins earlier today and the things he was saying. I am curious though, Gene. This is kind of a different Chiefs team. As I've told you guys, I would take the 25 team over the 24 team, even though they actually have more losses at this point than last year because of getting guys back and injury and suspensions and everything else, because I think this is a complete football team now. But I'll ask you, would you trade the Bills right now, the whole team, the coaching staff, everything, for the whole Chiefs team and the coaching staff?
No. I'm saying that the Bills are
Gene,
better than the Chiefs, but honestly, Josh Allen is the guy here. Wouldn't do that,
come on.
Not for anything. No, Jay. Would not do that for a second.
Can you believe that Mahomes and Allen have the same?
Royals for the Sabres. I would definitely trade the Royals for the Sabres. Are you interested in that? I don't know.
I do like the Sabres.
Maybe.
I do like the Sabres. I do like that. Well, Gene, and the funny thing is, Mahomes and Allen, even though Allen came in the draft after the year after Mahomes did in 2018, they've played essentially the same amount of games. The only difference is that start at the end of the Mahomes' first year, they let him start that game that didn't matter to him against Denver. And then, of course, the Chiefs had the bye week, the Bills had the bye week, or they'd be identical. It's crazy to think they played basically the same amount of games in the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I'm sure you pointed this out, too. You did on our show. Allen's 4-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season, but 0-4 the other direction. So, what is it? What is the difference between the two? And to me, it's Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo. That's really it. You told me prior to the AFC Championship game, hey, you're down one score, but you have the ball with 3 minutes to go. Josh Allen to drive the field. Would you take that situation? Me, I would think the majority of people here would say yes. Yes, we would. But Steve Spagnuolo knew, hey, when Josh Allen's really under pressure, he's going to default and roll to his right. The overload blitz, everything fell apart there. So it was just another exercise in pain in this rivalry, Jay. So
well, the one thing about it too is I've noticed with the Bills, they've only gone for it 5 times on fourth down. They're 3 of 5, 60% on fourth down. Where the Chiefs have really gotten better is their fourth down defense. I look back at Mahomes' previous 7 years, and they were 57% yielding first downs on fourth down. So teams, and it got as high as 67% some years. And the Chiefs usually were in the top 3 of teams going forward on them on fourth down. 2 of those years, they were first in the NFL and teams going for it. But it was better than a coin flip chance to get a first down. This year, they're number 1 in the NFL, 4 of 16, and that included a couple tush pushes by Philadelphia. But they've down to 25% now. They have changed that. So when people ask, like, why are they scoring a lot of points? Well, offensive drive points per drive, they're 2.95, but they're turning the ball over. Teams are only, getting first downs on fourth down 25% of the time. That's a 1 in 4 chance. It was better than a coin flip between them. Do you expect the Bills to kind of play into that with analytics? Because I know they look at those and they look at the scenarios. Do you think things have changed? Because the Bills have had good luck on the Chiefs in the past on fourth down. Does that change this week?
Well, it's funny because I think McDermott learned, you go back to the first AFC Championship game, and that Bills team wasn't, like the Chiefs clocked them, right? But the game's early on, and I think it's like a 4th and 3 at the 8, and McDermott kicks the field goal. I'm thinking, no, field goals are not going to win against this team. Don't do that. And, since that point, he's learned, and probably people have shown him, yes, you go for it on 4th down. And I find it funny that everybody I talked just kind of expecting a shootout in this game, like Mahomes and Allen. This is going to be really exciting. I think it's going to be the opposite. Not that they're not great quarterbacks. They are. It's going to be more that, hey, we got to make sure that our offense is just moving the ball at the pace we want to down the field and keeping the other guy off the field. And that's why sometimes these games kind of default to, ball control type of possession games that if you're going to say over-under, I would go under on this.
Don't you think there's a little gamesmanship between the two teams where they figure they'll play each other again? They figure somewhere down the line, like they always do, they'll play in the postseason as well. Do you think they hold back a few things between the two of them? Because I'm sure the Bills are in the same situation as the Chiefs.
I think the Bills have held things back to date just for this game right here. Like, for instance, have you seen James Cook in the passing game? Not really. Haven't seen Ty Johnson in wheel route. I mean, if you tell me, if there's one thing on the Chiefs defense, if I'm Joe Brady, the offense coordinator, I'm looking at those linebackers. I want to get them out in space. I want to make sure, hey, can you actually cover these guys? So that would be one thing that we really haven't seen out of Buffalo, the running backs getting involved in the passing game. So, yes, to answer your question, and I wouldn't wait for any potential playoff game. Who knows? You don't know. We think these two teams, it'd be great if they met.
Oh, they always do, Gene.
You don't know.
You know that. They always do.
Maybe this isn't the year they do, though, Jay.
Is Joe Brady distracted by the LSU job?
Good question. Here's how I would explain.
The offensive coordinator for the Bills.
Yeah, right. His odds right now, third best to be. He's not ready for that. I'll tell you that. So, my advice to Joe, I think he was right in passing on the Saints job because if they don't have a quarterback, where are you going in the end? Yeah. I think Joe Brady's in a good spot right now, and I don't think going to LSU, they might want him, but I don't think he's ready for that personally, and I don't there are problems with this Bills offense, Jay, if you look under the jeweler's lens here, meaning you could say, well, this is a Bills team that in the first 4 games, they scored 30-plus points. They scored 40 points in a win over Carolina. They're 5-2. What's the problem? The problem is we look through the lens of, is this good enough to beat Kansas City? Is it good enough to win a Super Bowl? And the answer, quite often, is no. The competition for the Bills, yes, you got to win over Baltimore, but everything else, all the other games have been kind of meh here. And the two teams that have half a heartbeat, and you could debate that on Atlanta, you lost to. So it's a Bills receiving core, Jay, in the times that you and I have been talking to. This is their weakest outfit. If the Bills don't make a move by Tuesday's deadline, there's going to be people talking here because Keon Colvin has been a massive disappointment. Samuel hasn't provided what you're paying him for. Elijah Moore is basically a fifth guy. You have Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid when he's healthy, and that's about it in the passing game right now.
Well, you did pass on Worthy for Coleman.
You had to bring that up.
No,
that is a real sore subject there. No, yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And when this time last year when the Chiefs came out, I don't think Worthy had found his game, but he certainly did in the postseason. When we saw him in the Super Bowl, he was the best, player on the Super Bowl on Kansas City's side, in my opinion. I would expect to see a lot of Worthy, whether that's, end arounds or just taking some shots deep. He's an element that I wish we had here in the Bills.
Yeah, I think the thing that's kind of misinformation about him is about being injured because, yes, he ran into Kelsey. There's guys going to be hurt. With his size, he got ran into him. But I'll say this. He didn't miss a game in youth football, never missed a game in high school football, never missed a game at the University of Texas. And he did lead them in yards and catches for 3 straight years in both categories. And he was in 2 of the 3 years, he led him in touchdowns, meaning he's more than just your trick pony of your 9-route guy and things like that. He can do a lot of different things. I think those kind of misnomer. But one thing the Bills do well, Gene, extremely well, is run the football. They're number 1 in the NFL. I'll say this. The Commanders came in as the number 2 rushing team in the NFL, 158 yards a game. The Chiefs limited them to 60 yards. And I do think Jaden Daniels is a big part of that. and spying him and shadowing him like they're going to do Josh Allen. So obviously the Chiefs could just, center in on that running game. Let Marcus Mariota do what he wants to do. Debo's back, McLaurin, let him do what he wants to do. But they wanted to shut down that running game, and they did. And that was our priority. Now, the Bills are a different animal because of the whole dynamic with Josh Allen is a big extension of that running game and what they do. And so you can't necessarily just, concentrate on the running game because you got to be worried about Josh Allen as well. What do you think about the Bills this week against Chiefs? Is it the running game they need to be concerned about, or is it the passing game, which is clearly not as good as the running game? You expect a lot of runs with this team?
I would not concern myself with that. Even though Allen has, this is the weird thing. It's just that you could don't worry about, any receivers here. Bring a safety down, and they probably will. And maybe Cook will beat you and get past the second level once or twice. But you just got to make sure he's not, getting first downs constantly. His offensive line and James Cook is the strength of this team right now, along with Josh Allen, of course. So to me, you shouldn't be concerning yourself with any receivers going downfield. Absolutely, it is 100% stop the run from Buffalo, and that should lead to good things for your team.
And the one thing about it is the Chiefs do play the best of the best when it comes to running backs. The Chiefs actually play 1, 2, 3, and 4 as far as the leading rushers the next 4 weeks in the National Football League. Obviously, James Cook, number 2 in the NFL behind Jonathan Taylor. They play him first. Then there's a bye week. Then they have J.K. Dobbins, who's currently 3rd in the NFL, even though they've been mixing it up in the backfield as of that. And then it's Jonathan Taylor, the leading rusher in the NFL the week after that. Then Javonte Williams on Thanksgiving, who's currently in 4th rushing the football in the NFL. So it is 1, 2, 3, and 4 that they face as far as running backs in the next 4 weeks. So that should be a challenge. I don't know how much they're going to use James Cook, but I certainly expect Josh Allen to be a big part of this. And I'll give him credit. They scored 30 points a game last year with not a lot of household names on offense, but they still did it. It reminded me of Mahomes, to be honest with you, when he was out there putting up points without his number 1 running back, without his top 2 receivers. Like, he was just finding a way to get it done. I don't know if that's how you guys view Josh, but it's certainly how we view him here. Just a guy that finds a way to win. And, fans and people can say whatever they want, that wins aren't pretty. It doesn't matter. A win's a win.
What did I text you Monday night? It's like 7-7. I'm like, you're not even breaking a sweat. I'm like, this looks like a Chiefs game from 2024. Honestly, it's like, okay, yep, they had a turnover. No big deal. You make a few plays, you beat an inferior team and an inferior quarterback, and you move on to the next week. So,
how do you view this? A final question for you, Gene. How do you view this? Because I always kind of liken it to the holiday coming up here, not Halloween, but Thanksgiving, when, you have the adults table and then there's the kids table, Has your Thanksgiving kind of been like that, where they have that dynamic?
Wow.
Well,
wow,
seriously.
You just hit me with adult kids table.
Well, there's like the adult table.
On
Thanksgiving, the adults sit at a certain table and the kids sit at one, right? I don't know how your family does it, but that's kind of how, we've done things. But the Chiefs.
So we're just Bills fans sitting at the kids table.
No. I'm crediting you sitting at the big boys table. You're sitting at the adults table.
Oh.
I mean, I look at the Chiefs and Bills as this constant because they have these elite quarterbacks, and they're always going to be a good team, despite the other parts around them changing, which they all do. But the quarterback stays constant. It's like Tom Brady. Everything changed around him, from Deion Branch to Randy Moss. Every receiver changed. Troy Brown, you name it, changed, but he didn't. Same thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Big Ben when he was there. But I look at all these Johnny-come-latelys, like Jacksonville, that show some flashes, and then they hit rock bottom. Houston showed some flashes by winning playoff games in 2 straight years with C.J. Stroud. Then they come back to reality. And I'm starting to see it now with the Colts as well, that have 2 wins this year over the Tennessee Titans, a win over the Cardinals, a win over the Raiders, and a win over the Dolphins. Not exactly a juggernaut schedule, but regardless, I do consider them kind of a Johnny-come-lately team. But there's 2 teams that I think the Super Bowl runs through, and that's Kansas City and that's Buffalo. I don't know how you guys view it in Buffalo if you look at these kind of Johnny-come-lately teams that you have to get past, because it's between the Chiefs and the Bills.
There's one thing I want, and you and Chiefs fans smart enough not to ask this question, but sometimes I go on had the opportunity to go on other shows around the country, and this question will come up: if the Bills don't make the Super Bowl this year, is Sean McDermott out of a job? And the answer is no.
No.
And I guess it's hard for people to understand. Like, wait a second, you're at a plateau you can't get over. Why not try something new? And I think the number one reason, far and away, why the Bills haven't broken through is because they have a big red stop sign in Kansas City. It's like, is it the Bills' fault that the Bills are playing right now in the Patrick Mahomes era? I think it will happen. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but it's going to happen for this regime. And I'm totally behind keeping the band together here. It's just that people are starting to get a little edgy here, Jay. It's just that, especially if there's going to be another loss and you're looking at some of these flaws on offense with the passing attack. So I guess there's a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of worry. There's a little bit of talk that, hey, it'll be great if you beat the Chiefs this week, but beat them when it matters. And that's absolutely true. So
Sure.
I want to enjoy the ride while we're having it.
Yeah, you have to enjoy the ride. You have to enjoy the ride.
I'll call you 10 years from now, and they'll be on, these two careers of Mahomes and Allen. I figure will be over by that point, and be like, wow, those are really great matchups.
No, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I said final question, but here's actually the final question. I'm curious your take. I listened to Deion Dawkins because the media had asked him, is this just another game? Like players always look at one game at a time. And he kind of, said, yeah, it's just another game, but there's something special about this one because you're looking at the number one seed. You're looking at a lot of things. I mean, this game, people can say next game and all that. It's just another game. But there is something underlying with it. Whether we know the postseason is the most important, but when seeding is involved and having a week off, that stuff does matter to football teams. I'm just curious how the Bills fans kind of view this game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, whoever loses this game, behind the eight ball in the division. Like, that's really what's at stake. You're not going to win the division. You're not going to get the one seed. You're not going to close the gap here on Indianapolis. Maybe you will if they lose in Pittsburgh. But the point is, the team that loses, all right, how does this look for Kansas City as a 5? How does it look for Buffalo as a 5? Maybe it's not the end of the world. Maybe it's just a kind of a different challenge. The year that the Chiefs were a 3 and had to come to Buffalo, I was like, ha-ha, this is it. And ended up just providing a different challenge for that group at the time. And they ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Mahomes is good on the road.
So I think the majority of it's a little edgy here, but I think the majority of us are just kind of taking this in stride.
Well, it's going to be fun, Gene. The ratings are going to be crazy. Just the Chiefs and Commanders are over 17 million. World Series was like 11 million that night with 18 innings. So the NFL does sell everything. And, of course, the Commanders and Seahawks, Sunday Night Football, Monday nights, Arizona and Dallas. So if people want to see a good football game, it's at 325 between the Chiefs and the Bills. So ratings are going to be ridiculous for this game. I think you have the pregame show coming out there as well, so it should be fun. Gene, always great to talk to you, my friend.
Jay, we got to get you up here, buddy. Let's make a plan here. So
let's do it, my friend. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, thanks, Jay. We'll see you.
There you go. Some good stuff there from Gene on the Chiefs rivalry. I'll wrap up kind of what he said, kind of in rapid fashion, kind of in tap dancing fashion or ballerina fashion, whatever you say, even though I can't even remotely dance or do anything like that. So anyway, we'll talk about that stuff next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, we're the people who have everything.
There's nothing you can get us we don't have.
We have 7 mini vacuums.
And Pearl handled pickleball rackets.
See?
Need a gift for someone who has everything? The Kansas Lottery has you covered with holiday scratch tickets in $1, $2, $5, $10, and $20 options, with instant wins up to $100,000. You could win even more in second chance drawings.
Did he say thousands?
We could always use that.
See kslottery.com for details.
Hi, I'm Becca, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As an in-house designer, I can't wait for you to see our incredible selection of stylish and stackable rings. If you're shopping for your wedding bands, we have high-quality designs for every style and budget, from romantic to modern. If you're looking to add to a stack, your options are endless. Discover styles with clusters of gemstones, sleek all-metal designs, updated cigar bands, and signet rings perfect for an engraving. Because a friend knows you like options. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Inside the Huddle with Cody and Gold each day from noon till 1 on 96.5 The Fan. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of Blue on the official radio partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. 96.5 The Fan.
If you're in the market for a new home or looking to sell your home, you need to contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. And with so much inventory coming on the market, buyers have choices. The Sharp Homes team helps you stage, photograph, and present your home so its qualified buyers remember and want to fight to buy your home. Contact Dawn and her team via Google. You can just Google Sharp Homes Team. That's Sharp Homes Team. And start packing.
Get up to a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of select pairs of wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now, promo code RADIO.
And welcome back. Jay Binkley, Chris Inocero. Fast segment this time. Wrap up with Gene. The text line asked me, they say bunk. That's their spell check, I guess, for bank, because they get that a lot. What about Houston and the Broncos this weekend? Broncos, not a Stroud fan, but they aren't as bad as everyone thinks. Yeah, I've been kind of that way with the Texans as well. I mean, I like their defense. I like what D'Amico Ryans does with that defense, because that defense is still really salty. The Chiefs, as we talked about, are number 2 in the NFL in points per game against defensively, 16.4. Houston's actually number 1. Believe it or not, they're number 1 in scoring defense at 14.7. So if they can get some production from C.J. Stroud in that offense, look out. I also like the fact they drafted 3 Kansas City kids in last year's draft. But regardless, that's the Houston game. I do think this Chiefs-Bills game is fun. What do you sit on this game, Chris? How important is this game to you? Because the next segment I'll play what Dion Dawkins said about this game, but I'm curious about you as a Chiefs fan.
First off, this game's going to be ugly.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be the worst game.
But how do you view it though? Is it like a must-win? Because you look at these 3-game stretch, it's pretty tough.
Look, if you're Denver, you got to keep winning because you got Mahomes right behind you.
Yeah.
And you can't really. It's like, I don't know if you've been seeing the memes where like somebody's sitting on their bed and then you got the screen, whatever it is, ghost faced or whatever in the background in the doorway. That's kind of what it feels like right now with the Broncos. Or like the Broncos are like, oh yeah, we're good. We're first place in the division.
They can get to the quarterback. I'll say that.
And yet you got the killer right behind you, waiting for you to slip up and ready to take you out there. That's kind of the situation right now for the for the Broncos. Broncos, they got to keep winning. They have no choice. And the thing is, they haven't played the Chiefs at all this year. And so that could be very problematic for them because we know that they haven't done very well against the Chiefs over the last few years. So, yeah, they got to keep winning. And, this one's going to be tough because Bo Nix really isn't having a great year. And your defense has, kind of been carrying your team. Well, not kind of, has been carrying your team. And you're going against, probably the best defense in the league right now in the Texans defense. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem.
What do you think about R.J. Harvey, the rookie who's really showing some nice things? Does J.K. Dobbins need to look out?
Yeah, I mean, he needs to look out anyways because he doesn't have any long-term – he doesn't have a long-term contract.
No,
so
he could have been a Chief twice.
He should have been a Chief.
I agree with you on that.
But
I 100% wanted that.
Yeah, it
could have happened 2 years.
Yeah, it absolutely could have, and the Chiefs chose not to. And J.K. Dobbins has shown you something the last couple of years. I like RJ. My issue with him is just the size aspect, and I wonder longevity. But right now, rookie, he's definitely you definitely saw that in how he was running this past week for the Broncos. Definitely showed you some explosiveness there. I like RJ a lot. He was really good in college. We talked about him a lot on the Character Concerns podcast. So, it's like we both know he's a really good running back.
We visited the Chiefs back in 2024, but they didn't make a move on one J.K. Dobbins.
Didn't he visit them this summer too? I believe he did, or in the spring.
I just remember 2 years ago before he signed with the Chargers because they were curious about the injury and how he was coming back from it.
I thought he visited this offseason too, and they still didn't.
I definitely know they did in 2024.
Which just doesn't make any sense because then you picked up Elijah Mitchell, and you haven't played him at all. So it was just like, what was the point then? like you're not even playing Elijah Mitchell. Like I'd much rather they'd have gone and got J.K. Dobbins because he can do it. You just got to worry about the knee issue, but you're signing him to a 1 year, not a whole lot of money.
Because I remember he visited before he signed with the Chargers.
Right, he did, yeah.
So anyway, coming up next though, is this just another game between the Chiefs and the Bills, or is there a little more juice to it than that? I'll play what the Bills are saying about the importance of this game next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I completely agree. You are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com for good cars, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, almost Andy Reid here. It's been an honor to give back to the community that's embraced me being almost your head coach. Thanks for letting me be part of your team. Renner Garage Door is a teammate of mine that also values the community that they served for decades. Always giving back and delivering wins with top brands like Geldon, Amar, and Liftmaster. Need a repair or replacement? Get a free estimate today. Forward and back.
R-E-N-N-E-R. R-E-N-N-E-R.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000. Avoiding Mississippi.
I woke up this morning feeling like I was coming down with something. Cough, congestion, headache. My first thought was, nope, this can't happen. I have big plans this weekend. So I took Mucinex Kickstart. It provides all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Thanks to Mucinex Kickstart, I didn't even need to cancel my weekend plans. If you start feeling cough and congestion coming on, take Mucinex Kickstart for relief with a kick. At your favorite retailer. Use as directed.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown of the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
And welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Chris Uno Cero. Here's the Ravens. They're up 7-3 now on Miami in the Thursday night football game.
And they are driving.
And they're driving. Can they make it back? Only 4 teams have ever started 1-5 and made the postseason. 70 Bengals, 15 Chiefs, 18 Colts, the 2020 Washington football team at that point. And can the Ravens beat it? They beat the Bears last week. Their defense is actually better. They were number 32. They've gone up to 28. And they've actually improved in the passing game, too. They were 31 against the pass.
They've gone up 4 whole ranks.
Before they played the Chiefs, they were 31st against the pass, but they've moved up to like 26 now. So they're actually playing. It's not as bad. It's still bad, but it's not as bad. Can the Ravens actually make the postseason?
I don't think so. You don't start. I know
got the odds, man.
I know we saw the Chiefs do it in 2015. I'm not betting on a team that starts 1-5. If the Chiefs would start 1-5,
Lamar's got to play every game. Lamar's got to play every game.
Well, not only that, but your defense has to be able to get stops. And the Dolphins have had no issue moving the ball down the field. Now, they did, miss out on some opportunity for some touchdowns, but they haven't had a lot of issues moving the ball down the field against this Ravens defense. The Ravens have a lot of their starting to get a lot of their playmakers back. Like, Kyle Hamilton, he's had a really good game in the first quarter, but they're still not a great defense right now. And they weren't great at the beginning of the year anyways. I mean, we watched what happened when they played Buffalo. So yeah, I'm not.
That was a precursor to both those defenses being bad.
Completely falling apart. Yeah. So I'm not buying the comeback here. But they'll make it fun. And
they'll make it fun. They're making this game fun.
I'm cool with that. I'm all cool with that. I think the Ravens just scored another touchdown here.
So
Mark
as long
Andrews,
as Lamar plays again, as long as Lamar's playing.
Yeah. Mark Andrews got his second touchdown of the game. That over is looking pretty good. I got the over on that game. Looking pretty good. I got it at 46.5, and they looks like they're about to get their 17th point here on the board.
And in college football, UTSA and a upset brewing right now over Tulane, 17-6 in this game. This is what Deion Dawkins said about this being. Is it just another game, or is it a little bit more than that? As we talk about the Bills and Chiefs.
Another game, but realistically, from having all the history that we've had, you go into these games just with that extra thought, like we've been sparring and battling with these guys for years and years and years. And just knowing that, but it doesn't change anything. Like, it doesn't change the overall anger, or it doesn't get you off of your pivot. Like, it just keeps you focused, extra focused, where it's like, all right, the Chiefs are here. Cool. They're the real deal. All right. Not that no other team isn't, but you just look at them with just a little brighter star, because they're a good team and they win Super Bowls and they win games, right? So you have to know who your opponent is. Like, this is not a regular dude, as a analogy, like this is not just a regular boxing match. This is, in a way, Floyd or Mike Tyson, guys that win and find ways to win.
That's Deion Dawkins, their offensive tackle. Really good player, but he's given praise there. Hey, it's just another game on the schedule, but this one there's a little bit more. And the seeding's involved. And for both these teams, find themselves now trailing in the division as New England has the lead in the AFC East, and they don't want to fall behind, so it's important to them as far as the Patriots are concerned in the division. It's important to the Chiefs, considering where the Chargers and the Broncos sit. So I don't look at this just as another game, Chris. I mean, they are 1-4 against the Bills in the regular season, 4-0 in the postseason. We know that. But there is some importance on this game. This is not just another game, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think it's that, but I think it's a good idea for the players to think it's that because, look, the result of the game between the Bills and the Chiefs during the regular season has not mattered in any
if you're the
of
Chiefs,
the 5
you're selling
times they
that.
played.
If you're the Chiefs, you're selling that.
If you're the Bills, you should be selling that. You should be doing that too because
they should actually want the Chiefs to win.
Well, I don't think that mattered. But they've beaten them 4 straight times and they lose in the playoffs. So it's like, if you're the Bills, yes, this should just be another game because you've beaten them 4 straight times in the regular season and it hasn't mattered there. So yeah, I mean, as UTSA just goes up again and scores, your spread bet on Tulane is done.
-6 looking pretty rough right now,
like
Chris.
it's done. But yeah,
I mean, second, we got a whole half ago.
Yeah, but it ain't looking good right now in that first half. But yeah, if you are if you're the Bills, you should think about that too because you have proven nothing. You're 4-1 against them in the regular season with this crew, and you've proven nothing because you go to the playoffs and you have your heart broken by them every year. So yeah, I think this should be a nothing game for both teams because it proves absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters right now is if you win, it improves your standings as far as trying to get the 1 seed, and that's it.
Yeah, and for the Chiefs, it's this 3-game stretch because it does lighten up towards the end of the year. But it's Buffalo, then it's a bye week, then it's the Broncos at Denver, and then, of course, it's the Colts at home. Everybody loves the Colts at this point. So a tough 3-game stretch that can really set apart the AFC, especially the AFC West with the Broncos, the Bills as far as the number 1 seed, and the Colts as far as the number 1 seed when that game comes up because their schedule does get much tougher. Talked about their schedule being a little lighter to begin with. Again, you can only play who you play, and they are playing NFL players, so they are playing NFL teams. Always remind people that anything can happen any given Sunday, but they have taken advantage of some bad teams, but it just shows they're better than the bad teams because they've destroyed them. It's not been close. They've gone out and they've actually rolled them, so they're doing what they have to do.
And here's the thing about the Colts. They're not a bad team. Like, they've always had talent on that team.
They just needed a quarterback.
They needed a quarterback. And you finally got a quarterback that can go out there and execute Shane Steichen's system in an adequate way. And you've got Jonathan Taylor having a career year, having, one of the best years we've seen a running back have in a long time.
He's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, it's really incredible to watch. Yeah, like that certainly helps you out. You've had talent for years. You've just mishandled the quarterback position. You drafted a guy in Anthony Richardson, and that's my guy as a Florida fan. But as we said on the Character Concerns podcast, we talked about it a lot. I didn't think he was an NFL quarterback when he got drafted, and he has proven thus far he's not an NFL quarterback. So
he's proven that. We'll see what Daniel Jones can do because he's going to parlay this. And I know you're having a good year now, but and the book is already out on him because the book was out on him with the Giants.
Right.
But
we know who he is.
Make the adjustments in the AFC regarding him. Can he still be good next year, in the year after? Because it's good. Colts will only be as good as how he is.
Yeah,
forget about Taylor and all this. They're only going to be as good as Daniel Jones.
Wait till they play that first place schedule next year if they win the division.
Things change.
It's going to be a little different for them.
It matters where you play. Yeah. Coming up next, Chris, we'll turn the page and talk a little bit of job openings in college football, the college football weekend, then get back to the Kansas City Chiefs for the rest of the show. But since you're in here with me, might as well talk a little college ball, right? We'll do that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure what the best option is? Selling a home, especially when dealing with foreclosure, divorce, job relocation, or an inherited property, can feel overwhelming. That's why I don't just make offers. I help homeowners understand all their options so they can make the right choice with no pressure and no obligation. I'm Rex, a local homebuyer and resident right here in Kansas City. Whether you're looking for a fast cash sale or just want to explore your choices, I'll walk you through the pros and cons of selling to me or listing with an agent. If selling directly is your best move, I'll offer you a fair cash price and a closing timeline that fits your needs in as little as 7 days or on your schedule. No repairs, no commissions, no hidden fees. Just a transparent, hassle-free process so you know exactly what to expect. Let's talk. Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexspicekc.com for a free, no-pressure consultation. Rex Spies KC, helping homeowners make informed decisions with confidence.
Football season's in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And you can select entries and win money right now, today, in the state of Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get all your entries right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I love combining selections from multiple games into one entry. So download the Underdog app today, sign up with promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BOB. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Chiefs, Bills, Sunday with kickoff at 3:25 right here on 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Kick it and go, kick it and go.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan. Jay Binkley, Kristen Ocero producing the operation, 8 o'clock hour. Well, we have college football on tonight. We've had football on every night. If you do enjoy the other games, Missouri State's been on the last 3 weeks because Conference USA.
Do I? No, I don't.
Sun Belt had their chance. The MAC's getting ready to have some action here during the middle of the week.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If it's a football game going on Tuesday through Thursday in college, I'm probably not watching it. Like I'm only gonna watch the Friday and Saturday matchups.
Fridays have been good.
Cause I'm not. Look, I know you love yourself some action. I know you love yourself all the other smaller
Sun Belt, some Conference
Yeah,
USA.
I know you love. I'm not watching that on the weekdays. Like tonight is Thursday night football for me. I
watch it Thursday night.
I got Prime Vision loaded up.
I like that, by the way.
It's one of I love it. I wish every broadcast had this.
It's good stuff.
That's what I want. I think that is going to be something that we see the networks do. They're going to do their own version of Prime Vision because it's great, and it is one of the best ways to watch the game because you get the all 22 live, and I love that.
No, it's good stuff. It is good stuff, and more people should use it. It's the funny thing too is a lot of people, Chris, wanted the goal line, because of ESPN's deal with the NFL Network and all this. They thought, okay, we can have a red zone now for college football, and I'll remind people. There was red zone from like 09 or 08 through 2019.
Yeah, but they didn't.
It was only ESPN games. It was only ESPN
also,
games.
And yeah, that was that. But also,
they did do it.
They did do it. Also, it wasn't easily available for everyone. I think it was like part of a special package. So it was like most people didn't have it because I remember Goal Line and I thought it was a great idea. I was just like, where am I going to watch it? Because like it wasn't like easily available to everyone that could have had it. So yeah, they've had it. It wasn't like the same kind of accessibility that you get with Red Zone right now.
Well, it's got to be the point though with football though. Instead of I've been anti-app guy for the longest time. Like give me cable that gives ACC network.
I want it on cable. I don't want to watch it on Peacock.
Well,
I'm not interested in watching games on Peacock.
Well, I have Spectrum, but I also had to get Peacock because the NFL games. I've got Amazon Prime anyway, but I got ESPN. And keep in mind, Spectrum provides some of these. If you have Spectrum, you get Peacock free, get ESPN Plus free, the new ESPN app, all that free, and Spectrum also has Netflix available on it too, where you can watch it, but. The thing about it is, I don't know do you have the new ESPN app, ESPN Plus?
No.
Oh,
I'm not. Now, so here's the thing.
It's so good.
YouTube TV is currently in a dispute with Disney over all their
Yeah, Spectrum had that 2 years ago.
Yeah, and every time they re-up, they have a dispute. It's supposed to go off at midnight
They wait
tonight.
till football season, buddy. Then
Here's the thing. They're going to come to a new agreement because they'd be stupid not to.
100% they would be.
And when they do, it will be available for YouTube TV subscribers. So I'll get it then. I'm not paying no damn $30 to watch channels I already have on YouTube TV.
No.
Like, that's not going to happen. Like, there's so many. If there's something that's only on the app, I have other ways to watch where I don't need to pay the $30 to watch it. So.
And these companies should know. Football
they
fans
know.
have choices.
They know.
They have choices to do things. They can always leave and get somebody else, but you got to find that because we had that situation happen with Spectrum as well. I'll say this about the ESPN Plus. They do a lot of great job with games, different games and stuff, and of course the NHL too.
They have a lot of games on ESPN Plus.
The cool thing about it is on Saturdays, Chris, because I'm the type of guy I hate to go out of the app, go back into another game. It's a pain in the ass, right?
That is, yeah. No, that is, yeah.
But the ESPN Plus is cool because you don't have to do like YouTube does, where it has the games, selected for you for multi-view.
Oh no, you can build your own multi-view now.
So you can
I do it
now.
every Saturday.
But that's new though.
They've done. It's been a couple years that you've been able to do it now.
But the multi-view on ESPN is great because you get the ESPN games, the SEC network games, Chris. You got ABC games. So if there's games you want to watch on ABC and then the ESPN as well, you can $4 the thing.
Can you get Fox games?
I have to use.
No, you can't. Exactly. You can get that with YouTube TV because I do it all the time.
So I got the 4 games on that, but yes, I have to have another TV going.
Oh,
to Fox.
it's great. I love, dude. If
it comes to it, I got to use my damn phone.
Every single block of games on Saturdays, I'm good to go. Like I can go through. I can scroll through all the games in each window. I picked the ones on there. They've been more flexible about which ones you can add into multi-view.
Yeah, they make it really easy to switch for sound on the different ones.
It's super easy. No,
but I've enjoyed it.
YouTube TV, their multi-view is really great. I think it's the best in the business right now because you just got so many options.
Remember picture-in-picture back in the day?
Yeah,
it's like a revelation back in the day.
It was at the time, but like
something, right?
Yeah, it was at the time, but like thinking back on it now, it sucked. It was my dad used to do it on his big screen TV. He had those big projector, big screens.
Yeah.
And he would he'd have the picture in picture.
The little box.
Yeah, he would do
Multi-view is
that.
much better, I
like what he would do is he would have like if it wasn't a Chiefs game on, he'd have like the like whatever the better game was in the doubleheader or whatever he'd have on, and then the small box he'd have the other one. So
well, ABC's killing it with their college football coverage with the SEC. That has been very good for them. The thing, most of the top games have been on there because they've cornered the SEC because people are watching that ad nauseum. The ratings prove that out for the SEC. But I'll say this, football's king. These people and these streamers have to realize that, and they do. The Chiefs and Commanders. I mean, the Commanders aren't a very good team. Jaden Daniels wasn't playing, and I would have loved to see what the ratings would have been had Jaden Daniels been playing this game. But there were 17.3 million people watching the Monday night game with the Chiefs. Game 3 of the World Series was going on. Yes, it was that game that went 18 innings. 11.3 was the ratings. I think the high water mark was 13 million, but it was still well short of Kansas City. Still well short of football for baseball in the World Series. It just shows you how football kind of dominates the things. It is funny because the Commanders had a delay on their flight. It was a flight delayed on their way back to D.C., and yet they almost got back to D.C. by the time that game, that World Series game ended. But I always look at the games through the week, and you kind of picture, which ones you want to watch and concentrate on. The one thing about college football is there's so many good games on at once that 11 o'clock slate's gotten so much better. It used to be they'll throw you an 11 o'clock Central Time game when your team's not having such a great start. Now they just move you over to ESPN Plus.
Or they would put a really good team against a really bad team in that time slot.
And 2:30's been a great one, but the night slate's always been really good.
Oh, yeah. You'd see like a 56-10 in the 11 o'clock slot, and it was like, not that great. Like, if you knew, me being a Florida fan, I knew if Florida was playing at 11, they were probably beating whoever's ass they were going to play.
You got freaking Georgia at the cocktail party this weekend.
I know, right? Yeah, that, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe those kids will be fired up a little bit because they got rid of Billy. Maybe they'll stop getting all the penalties and the mistakes they make.
Well, Missouri's got the bye. Kansas has Oklahoma State.
Hopefully,
so they should beat
Drinkwitz is talking to Florida's staff there.
Well,
about
there's a
making
great
the
game
jump.
next weekend because undefeated A&M's got a bye week, and they come to Columbia next week. Texas Tech at Kansas State at 2:30 is going to be a good one. I put it this way. I just put the games there that I definitely want to watch. Penn State, Ohio State at 11 is on Fox. Not a great game, obviously, what's going on in Penn State. Vandy and Texas, I think, is going to be a good game. There's 3 games that have both teams ranked. Vandy, Texas, one of them. That's the 11 on ABC. 2:30, obviously, Georgia, Florida. You'll be watching that one, Chris.
Yeah.
But Indiana, Maryland's kind of interesting to me because I want to see Fernando Mendoza play and those 3 receivers, Elijah Barrett or Surratt, Omar Cooper and E.J. Williams. Watch them at 2:30. 6 o'clock is Oklahoma and Tennessee. I got to watch that game. And the good news is a really good game in the Big 12 doesn't start till 9:15. It's the College Game Day game. It's Cincinnati and Utah. Cincinnati's put together quietly a great season with Brendan Sorsby at quarterback. Their one defeat was that game at Arrowhead Stadium against Nebraska right there at the beginning. But that game's not till 9:15, so that's a great game. Of course, Kyle Whittingham and what he's doing at Utah, his son, one of the coaches for the Kansas City Chiefs, so that game will be fun. But now, Chris, since Kent State is basically taking their interim label off their coach now, there's 11 openings instead of 12. Of course, there's still an interim running at Stanford, but we have Arkansas, we got Florida, we got LSU, Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Penn State, Virginia Tech, UAB, and there's a lot of people linking James Franklin now to Virginia Tech. We'll see what happens. But who knows? It's all over.
Just take a TV job. If you're James Franklin and you make the jump to Virginia,
Game Day loves him. They had him fly down and go visit him.
Just go be on Game Day or go do like some studio analysis or something. He could go join like the Big Ten Network or one of the. Just do that for a year or two and then get a better job. Don't go to Virginia Tech. What are you doing?
We've seen $169 million spent now in buyouts for people that leave. They're trying to figure out how to pay Brian Kelly that $53 million they owe him. Don't forget, that's the second most ever. The most ever was last year when it was Jimbo Fisher, who's sitting there tooling around with the ACC network now, and he didn't have a stipulation in his contract. Like the school that hires him didn't have to offset that money. That is just pure money he's owed.
That's a rare clause in a contract.
And I'll tell you what, that is a
James
beautiful
Franklin.
clause for Jimbo Fisher.
Oh yeah, no, it's Here's the thing, and we always say to you here all the time, the best job to ever get in any profession period is to be a fired like a fired coach at a great,
100%.
like a top end Power 4 school.
I've always said, can you
great
imagine James
job.
Franklin's, called his wife or whatever?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, I've been fired. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Oh, hold on a second. I got $49 million coming.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I'd be like, hey, babe, I got fired. Let's go. We about to hit Cabo up. No, I would be I'm telling you right now.
The yacht. We'll just go ahead and buy
Like,
the yacht.
I wish I would have aspired to be a fired Power 4 head coach when I was
It's a beautiful
kid.
thing. Then you get a ton of money your next job.
Yeah,
Or
I
you
mean,
can work TV in between and get paid crap loads.
I would have been practicing my speeches when we lose the big game. I would have improved my sales pitch to sell an AD on my services, knowing damn well in 3 years I'm gonna get fired.
I don't even feel bad for Binkley. He's getting $53 million.
No, he's living good.
He'll get one of these jobs if he wants it.
Yeah, he's living good. I'm telling you, I don't feel bad for any of these guys.
There's a lot of schools like Oklahoma State or something like that would hire me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's schools here's the thing is like most of these guys, like maybe not, I don't know. Brian Kelly might have a hard time finding jobs in the Power 4. He might have to go to like Group of 5 for a little bit if he wants to keep coaching. Though, again, he doesn't need to keep coaching because he's got $54 million coming his way.
Yeah,
but
you got 54 million reasons not to.
yeah, so he's good. Like, he can retire right now. You don't need more money. You can retire. If I was Jimbo, I would never work again. I never.
It's $76 million.
Never. I would. You know what I would do if I wanted to work? I would go do a YouTube podcast.
That's hitting the lottery, man.
Yeah, I would do a YouTube podcast. I would slander everybody that I could, and I would just sit there and count the money that I got paid to not work anymore. Like, that's what I would do.
Well, the fired football coaches, Gruden's got that. Fired Football Coaches Academy for the NFL coaches.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to
watch
stuff.
They
But
come
yeah,
down and watch film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With him there. But I am curious what goes on. What do you consider the best? I'd take Florida out of the equation because I know what your answer is going to be. Your Gators.
I mean,
fan,
I would
obviously.
say
And obviously that's still one of the top jobs.
I think the one
it's Florida
would be
and LSU, to be honest.
I think the one would be LSU just because they've won a title more recently than Florida. They've won, so it's like I would say
Les
LSU.
Miles won there.
But here's the problem, though. It's like you don't even answer to the AD. You answer to the governor of the state. And that just doesn't seem like
Where do you throw Penn State being in the Big Ten?
Oh, definitely not up there with Florida and LSU because, like, Penn State hasn't, like, they still got to wash the stank off the program from Joe Paterno. Like, they got that whole cloud hanging over them. And Franklin really tried to get past that, and he couldn't. And so, you've got a team, like, you got fans that, like, have expectations for them to be something great because they were a very strong program in the 80s and 90s and whatnot. And it's tough for them because they really haven't been able to have a good, stable coach since Paterno left. So, yeah, that's a tough situation for Penn State. To be honest, considering the kind of resources that Ohio State has, that Michigan has, that Oregon has, that USC has, I don't think that's that great of a job right now. I think it's a good job. I just don't think it's a great job.
It's not like going to Florida State where the ACC, they would be, considered one of the top.
They would be probably up there with Clemson as far as resources.
Even like an Oklahoma State that could be competitive in the Big 12 because clearly what Cincinnati's doing in Houston,
yeah, okay,
BYU,
State. Oklahoma State's got a lot of money.
But the bottom line is, too, so like the Big Ten's changed, man, because you have that travel to the West Coast now. You now have Washington and Oregon to deal with. And USC in the Big Ten. Not only do you have the Ohio State and Michigans of the world and stuff like that, the Big Ten's becoming the SEC where every week becomes. And now you have Indiana to deal with.
Yeah. Look, there's just a lot of things going on there, and you haven't really – you've got a lot of expectations, and there hasn't been a whole lot of payoff for that for Penn State. So – it's like it's almost not even worth taking it. And I think you could kind of make that case with Florida too, because there's really high expectations at Florida, and really like most of their like top end elite success has been more recent because Spurrier and then Urban Meyer. But even then, it's like at Florida, you have way more resources than you would at on almost any school that has a job opening because you have a brand new state-of-the-art practice facility. You have tons of NIL money. They probably have one of the best NIL collectives out there.
Tons.
They just don't have a good president situation. Their board doesn't really seem to know who to pick as a president, and therefore They have a problem picking ADs and coaches, and that's really their problem. But, man, like for a team, they got a lot of resources. They just don't really have the people to know how to use them. So that's really kind of the situation right now. But I'll say this, Penn State, that's a tough job considering the expectations and the competition.
No question about it. Should have been much better. It was so close for them this year, too. They were in an overtime game against Oregon. They lose that game. A game they could have won.
It completely unraveled.
Then everything just kind of fell apart after that. Turn our attention back to the NFL next. I'm curious, do we believe in certain teams or not? Are they those Johnny-come-latelys? We'll discuss that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
The NBA is back. It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss tip-off or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything. For who's going to score next to a fourth-quarter comeback. You can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout, however you want to play. Now is the perfect time to join. FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 wager wins. So all you need to do is visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to sign up today. Fall is here, so celebrate the return of basketball season with our friends over at FanDuel. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued. Non-withdrawal bonus bet expires 7 days on the street. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Casino LLC. Gambling problem. Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
The biggest impact I get to make is seeing kids graduate.
I find it the most meaningful to be able to work with kids and see the smiles on their faces when they figure out how to read.
I felt really strongly that my faith was calling me to be a person who serves others.
The only way that things are going to get better is if we all try to lend a hand.
Volunteer in your community. Visit showmeservice.org. Sponsored by the Missouri Community Service Commission and the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Does this sound like you? Every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you can't do. But I've got good news for you. Relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? At QC Kinetics, we tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve the pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So now's the perfect time to book your free consultation with Saturday appointments to fit your schedule. Call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, QC Kinetics.
Get ready, Chiefs Kingdom. We've got a powerhouse lineup of guests this season. Mitch Holtis, Dayton Hughes, and Josh Klingler bring you insight from the booth to the field on weekdays and game days. Insider scoops from Nate Taylor and Josh Briscoe keep you up to date all week long. Former linebacker Derek Johnson, and oh yeah, two-time MVP Patrick Mahomes. Don't miss a minute all season long right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, Chris Grover's looking good in this Tulane UTSA game. What was the over in this one?
Oh, I didn't take the over.
Oh,
I
you didn't take the over?
The Thursday night football game. Ravens.
You got on that one.
Yeah, I got on that. I didn't take the Tulane over.
UTSA was up 31-6. Now it's 31-12.
Yeah, I have no idea what
Jake
that is.
Retzlaff's a really good quarterback. He's thrown for 164 in the first half. He's run for 58. We'll see if they can shore it up again. They still have the whole second half to go. And, of course, the Ravens Miami Dolphins game is 14-6. Yeah.
That over's looking good. They're about a little bit past the halfway point of the second quarter, and the Dolphins look like they are starting to drive a little bit. I would love to see them score a touchdown here to make this to make the parlay that I have the over on really good.
It's for anybody scoring at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm feeling good. I don't care who scores. Well, actually, I do care. I want Lamar Jackson to score because I have an any time on him. But yeah, otherwise, besides that, I don't care.
And he could be rushing or
it has to be rushing.
It's got
because he already
rushing.
He's already thrown two
Okay.
touchdown passes. It needs to be a rushing touchdown.
I figured that's what it was.
Yeah, though Jalen Waddle is eating, and I think I had him.
He's 3 for 37, no touchdowns so far.
30 plus receiving. So yeah, he's looking good right now.
913-586-7965 is the phone line. Also, the J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. Before we play, do you believe in these teams or not? Let's go out to Lone Jack and talk to Neil. Neil, I had to drive through Lone Jack not too long ago, and I didn't see your billboard up, man.
Yeah, no, that comes down in the early October.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
Just
back
missed
up
it.
in the spring. It'll be back up in the spring. Good evening, Jay. Good evening, Sarah. You guys are like an all-star, rock star group on the radio tonight, man. It's exciting to hear both of you together at the same time. That doesn't happen very much these days. And
Well, you can
it's
do
just
it
a
every
cool
week,
thing.
Neil. Let me stop you there. You can do it every week. Character Concerns Podcast. Chris and I have been doing this for, 3 years now, Chris? I think every week?
It'll be 3 years in February.
Yeah, 3 years in February for NFL draft. We talk a lot of Chiefs, too, obviously, with the Chiefs rookies and everything else, and we break down prospects. But thank you very much for the kind words. But, yeah, Chris and I throw that bad boy out every week on Tuesdays usually. This week's a little bit late because of Monday Night Football, obviously, and then Chris and I happen to be here at the same time tonight.
And I do listen to it, and I love that show. I
Thank
just
you.
meant like on 96.5 on like live radio. I don't get to hear you guys anymore. And I
We're
miss it,
live
and
in
it's
Lone
great that
Jack,
you're on
baby.
tonight. It's great that you guys are on tonight. Before I get to the Bills game, Sarah, gotta ask you, man, do you have any interest in Lane Kiffin?
No.
And no.
No,
And
if you've
it
ever
was quick.
listened to me talk about Lane Kiffin, you know
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
like him.
Would
Yeah.
you hear now? It's that Dillingham and Campbell are being highly talked about for Penn State.
Yeah.
Like Dillingham and Arizona State, and of course what Matt Kemmel's done at Iowa State.
Yeah.
These names are starting to really come up as far as possibly Penn State.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Lane Kiffin. I am interested, and I would not have said this like 2 years ago. I am interested in Eli Drinkwitz at Mizzou. I think he's done a great job with the portal, which Florida has not done a great job with the portal. They usually lose people to the portal.
He's the portal prince.
Yeah.
man.
He does a great job with the portal. I mean, Ahmad Hardy, I think, is the best running back in the nation right now. He's killing it right now for Mizzou. Bo Pribula, backup quarterback for Drew Aller last year at Penn State, doing a great job this year for Mizzou. Obviously, he's got the injury now. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Drinkwitz. He would be my pick. My problem with Kiffin, he's kind of a loose cannon. So, I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get with him, and I don't really want to risk it.
I can't stand that guy. I hope he goes to LSU, and I hope we kick his ass out of LSU.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'd love that, especially because he was at
Drinkwitz,
Tennessee
I'm down
before,
with.
and we kind of kicked him out of there too.
Drinkowitz I'm down with, and buddies of mine have talked about the possibility of even considering bringing back Dan Mullen for another chance. Cause
I'm good.
Buddies of mine, some of my buddies think that maybe he just didn't get long enough chance to get things going there, and I don't really necessarily discount that. But I think Drinkowitz is the guy probably. Definitely not lame. Screw that guy. And regardless who they go with, Strickland better get this one right, because if Scott Strickland hires the wrong guy this time,
he's gone.
The success they've had in
I will say this,
basketball
though.
and everything else,
Mullen's doing a great job at UNLV.
What is that UNLV? He's UNLV.
You got to build yourself up, Chris. You got to build yourself back
He's
up,
at
man.
UNLV. Of
You got to
course,
build
he's
yourself
doing
back
fine
up.
at UNLV.
It's what Barry Odom did, right? He goes out there and he's at Purdue.
Yeah, but when he was at Mizzou, he wasn't a good coach.
No. But as far as Drinkwitz is concerned, yes, he hits that portal hard. Chris mentioned Ahmad Hardy, Bo Perbula, Kevin Coleman, their leading receiver.
Zion Young.
Zion was a Michigan State guy before he got to Missouri 2 years ago. Damon Wilson from Georgia that's on the edge. And Josiah Trotter, the inside linebacker from West Virginia. But here's the thing, too. He can also recruit because he brought in Matt Zoller as their backup quarterback.
well, like I said before, if Strickland doesn't get this one right, he's going to be gone. So he better get it right this time. And despite all the success they've had with basketball, and I'm looking forward to beating Arizona on Monday night. That would be cool in basketball. Highest preseason ranking in school history, maybe, except for when they won national titles back to back.
You know what?
Number one, but
Tournament time for college basketball. It's football season, Neil.
I know. Let's get to that. Hey, when I was talking to you about that Jacksonville game, Jay, I got a little over my skis. I got a little too overconfident. I'm not going to do that this week.
I felt the same way.
I know you did, and you told me that, and you were right. But although I still believe, and I told you this after the Jacksonville game, if one of those three guys makes a pick, then when they should have made that pick, I still believe that game could have gone completely different, and we could have blown them out.
Oh yeah, 100%. That game
had
many opportunities to change.
Having said that, I'm not going to get too ahead of myself anymore. I'm not getting overconfident talking about this team at this point. But I will say this, and this is all I got on the Chiefs tonight. Screw Buffalo. Screw the Raiders. And actually, F the Raiders. But
how about the Broncos? How about screw the Broncos too? And the Chargers while we're at it.
Screw the Donkeys, screw the Chargers, screw the entire AFC.
Thank you.
But I will say this about this team, and that I'm not going to get in detail. I will later on down the road if what I believe could be coming actually does materialize, and I'm really excited about it. I just want to suffice to say, I love this team right now. I really believe that really good things are coming with this team, and I do believe we will beat the Buffalo Bills. Not making any score prediction, but I do believe we'll win the game. And can't wait for character concerns next week. Shout out to all the great 610, 96.5 fans out there, and have a great night, guys.
Hey, you get your tickets to go to the Super Bowl yet?
No.
Okay.
But I have looked into the possibility of.
You got to have you there, Neil. You know the rules.
Well, I know the rules. I have not booked a hotel yet, and I have not booked, of course, tickets.
You can just drive out there, man. That's what you've done before in Miami. You just drive, man.
Probably a one-time thing for me. I did look at this, though. There is a Santa Clara somewhere in St. Louis. I'm not even sure if it's an actual town or city or if it's just like a road, but there is a Santa Clara in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area. My daughter and I went over when it was in Glendale. We drove over for the day and went to Glendale, Missouri, took some pictures, and then went to the zoo for like 30 minutes before we drove home. We're going to try to hit the zoo for a little bit longer this year.
Well, I tried to get you to Tampa, Kansas, back when it was at Tampa.
Yeah,
you actually went to the real Miami for that one. Well, look what happened. You didn't do it, and they lost.
I've told you before, Jay, it was snowing that day. It was snowing. It was really bad weather.
Neil.
I realized that, but I wasn't going to risk my life.
Well, there's a
St.
St. Clair, Missouri. It's
I'll
in
take a
Franklin
bullet
County.
for Patrick Mahomes. I'll take a bullet for Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not driving in the snow.
Oh, you a real one. I would not take a bullet for Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry.
But
he better
won't
have a
drive in the
bulletproof
snow.
vest or some bodyguard. It ain't going to be me.
Well, you have to pay me handsomely.
Well, Neil, you take care out there in Lone Jack. Always good to hear from you, and thanks for the nice words about Chris and I. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Have
man.
a great night, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Take care. So, Neil, right there, didn't quite get to my believe or not believe, Chris.
We'll do it next segment.
You know I will, but I have power rankings too, and I know you don't like them, so I'll just do them. You can do them if you want, or you can criticize mine.
I'll criticize yours
Well,
because you
I
didn't let
figured
me know you were doing power
Well,
rankings.
I wasn't going to. Then I was like, oh gosh, I haven't done these this week.
I
and Chris is with me.
will criticize your power ranking.
I know you will. So that's why I decided not to just let you criticize. So we'll do that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
DQ presents the sound of your next meal at DQ. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, loving a chicken strip basket, or digging into everyday value with the $7 meal deal. Wait, where is the sound? Am I missing something? Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Makes sense. So delicious and so peaceful. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today at participating U.S. locations. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Get ready, Missouri. Kickoff is near. The world's largest sports book is coming to your fingertips. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. With high and transparent app limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Start betting like a pro in Missouri on December 1st. Learn about your new bookie today at circasports.com, the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports launches December 1st.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan. Jay Binkley, Chris Sarah producing the operation. Jeff Passan just tweeted out that the Washington Nationals are finalizing a deal to hire Blake Butera as a manager. The interesting thing about him, Chris, he's 33. He's a 33-year-old manager, and I do believe he's the cousin of Drew.
I was about to say, I thought he was related to. Sound like he was related to. It's not like Butera is a very common last
the
name.
Butera family's real prominent in baseball, and they've done a lot of things. But that's his cousin, I guess.
Didn't know that they had a prominent family.
Dude is 33, man. 33 years old. That's unbelievable. 33 years old manager.
And who hired them again? Who
the
hired
Nationals.
Them again? Nationals. Okay.
Nationals in Washington.
We'll see how that works.
33 years old. Well, younger and younger man's game.
He is younger than me. Okay.
Yeah, 33 years old, man. That's younger than a lot of people here. To be honest with you,
man, I'd love to be a manager for a major league team.
So
get fired, make millions. Yeah, okay.
Well, didn't Drew Butera's his dad played too? Didn't he?
I didn't know that he had a. You can't ask me that because I didn't know that Drew had family members who played too. So
33 years old, Sal Butera was his dad's name. So
man,
yeah, Sal Butera. I do see, is an American former professional baseball catcher. He played Major League Baseball from 80 to 88 on 5 different teams. So the Butera family, prominent in Major League Baseball. All right, Chris, the believe it or not believe it, real quick. I'll give you some names here because I am curious where you sit, and I'll give you my opinion. The Patriots, you saying real or not real?
So when we're saying real, what are we saying? Are we
do you
saying
believe in them now? Because here's my opinion on the Patriots.
Wait. Are we saying, do I believe in them as a Super Bowl contender or as a team that makes the playoffs?
I'll give you an example.
I need the distinguishment because I think there's 2 things
a team
we can say
built for the long haul, meaning
but
a team
what does that mean, though? Does it mean
not just fall off the cliff like the Jags?
Are we talking gonna make the playoffs, or are we talking just championship contender?
Make the playoffs this year.
Okay,
put it that way.
Okay.
The Patriots,
yes,
and Drake May, they are built for the long haul. I don't think they're ready for prime time yet, but I wouldn't say the same thing next year or the year after. I think they'll take steps.
I like the Patriots. I don't think they're gonna. Maybe if they get the right matchup, maybe they win a game this year in the playoffs. I like them though because I think that I like Drake May. You know, we talked about him a lot on the Character Concerns podcast, and I always thought he was a really talented player. It was just like he needs the right coaching, and he seems like he's getting it now. He just needs some more weapons. That's the big thing they're going to need to invest in some weapons for him this offseason. No, I like him, though.
And they made a couple trades there with Vrabel. Vrabel's the right guy for that job.
Oh, yeah, he was always going to be the right guy. And, you can definitely see, there's a big difference between, where Tennessee is right now and where New England is. Because New England was terrible last year and really the last couple years. And, you look at them and he's turned that team around real quick. And, a lot of it has to do with, his ability to coach. So.
The Colts.
I mean, I think they'll make the playoffs.
Agreed.
I think they'll win their division. Do I think they're a championship contender? No. To me,
do you expect them next year or the year after?
No.
They have some.
No.
I'm with you on that. I don't know about Daniel Jones.
Once you start, here's the thing: the NFL is built for teams to do what the Colts are doing. You start at the bottom. You get your ass kicked, maybe you finish you don't finish first in your division. So you end up playing a 3rd or 4th place schedule. And what ends up happening is you get the easier schedule and then you win those games because maybe you do something that kind of creates some more stability. And next thing you know, you have a 1st place schedule the next year. And then things fall off because your schedule got more difficult. And that happens all the time. We've seen it happen with the Chiefs where 2010, you win your division. 2011, obviously the Jamal Charles injury happened, but you also played a tougher schedule and it wasn't as easy.
Teams do make a huge difference.
Yeah.
The Broncos. Bo Nix is certainly taking a step back from last year.
They will make the
defense has been salty, but you don't think of Sean Payton in the defense.
They will make the playoffs, and I think they'll lose their first playoff game. Bo Nix, you know how I feel about him as far as the Broncos are concerned. I don't really think very highly of him with the Broncos.
About Bo Nix either.
I liked him. I liked him kind of cause. I just don't like him in Sean Payton's system.
Well, the best thing about that team is the defense, and we know that's not Sean Payton.
Yeah, that's not Sean Payton at all. That's Vance Joseph.
Yeah,
so
having the best day of his life.
Man, and former Broncos head coach. So
it shows a lot coming back to that because most guys wouldn't come back. We've seen that happen with Gunther and stuff.
Yeah.
But being a head coach somewhere and then going back, it's just, I guess everybody wants a job. So
yeah, I mean it's a job. So, but I'll say this: I think Sean Payton's a little overrated. I think his offense is a little archaic, and I think his offense really does hurt them as far as being able to as far as like being able, and we've seen it this year. Like their offense is not doing what it was doing last year. Obviously, like they did have the comeback against the Giants, but I just don't think their offense is that good.
And again, their defense is salty because they lead the NFL in sacks by a wide margin over the Rams. And last but not least, the Chargers. Obviously the Rashawn Slater injury set him back. Joe Alt had to move over left tackle. Then he got hurt with high ankle.
The Chargers are the Chargers until they do not Charger in the playoffs. They're the Chargers.
And I just don't like the way they drafted because they go Marion Hampton in the first round. Love the running back, but they don't think they needed him.
No.
And then they go out and the Raiders got Ashton Genty. And then I look at the Broncos. They drafted Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas that they actually need because Patrick Surtain gets hurt, and then Jahdae Barron gets an interception last week. If you're going to stop a team in the division with 9 straight titles, it's about drafting players that can stop Mahomes, and Genty and Hampton aren't those guys. All right, Chris, I didn't get it into my top 5. We can criticize and critique that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a lot more. And I completely agree. That's why I'll pay more for your car at GiveMeTheVin.com. That's the name of our new campaign. I'm worth more. You are worth more, and your car's worth more. And that's why I will pay more. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100 at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Every Kansas City neighborhood has its own buyer preferences and price points. Dawn Sharp at the Sharp Homes team's deep understanding of various neighborhoods means they know exactly what buyers in your specific market are looking for and willing to pay. And then the Sharp Homes team can give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Contact them to discuss their instant offer program. Contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Google them, Sharp Homes team, and start packing.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Yellowstone. The epic ranching drama is now a Kansas Lottery scratch ticket and your ticket to experiences you can't get anywhere else. Top prize of $25,000, plus second chance drawings that let you live the show. Attend a premiere or visit the set, but know what you're getting into. Just kidding. This is a game, not the show. Play Yellowstone. See KSLottery.com for details.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at repairclinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan. Jay Binkley with Kristen Ocero. All right, I know your feeling on power rankings. I just do them anyway because they don't matter anything because we've seen teams go completely off the list or top of the list. This has been a wild year for that. For example,
did you print off your power rank?
Oh, I do always time, Chris. I live by these things.
You are keeping the paper companies in business.
Well, I still
here.
print off things, Chris.
I know you do. You print off our rundown every week for character concern.
I know. I just always like that. I'm just kind of weird like that. I'm old school like that.
You're very old school like that.
The other thing, too, is Bucky Brooks. Talked about him yesterday, former NFL player that was drafted by the Bills. He's got his power rankings. He didn't have the Chiefs in his top 10. He's been such a hater, man. I played some stuff, too. I played Chris Canny calling the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, all name and no game. And then he was all living them up last week. We've seen that so many times where someone didn't like him and they start to love him up.
Here's the funny thing. I don't know, Trey Wingo, who I wasn't a fan of at all for the longest, but he's got this podcast he's been doing called Straight Facts Homie.
Yep.
He puts it on YouTube. And he had this really great take from like a week or two ago about like the media coverage of the Chiefs and about how so many people in the media are just, kind of finding whatever headline they can that's sensational so that they can draw coverage and they can get attention. And like none of it is like authentic. It's just them trying to create the news essentially.
Yeah, it's just funny how these people like Craig Carton and stuff, these people just flip. The Chiefs haters.
I don't listen to Craig Carton.
No, I don't either.
He's a hack.
But it's what I heard. I heard he flipped. But Canty, I do listen to him, and
I don't believe you heard. I believe you sought it out. You heard.
No, I heard it on one of the shows.
Yeah, I was going to say. I know.
But Canty, I did hear.
Canty,
I did hear because I listened to his stuff in the mornings, and because usually I liked him, and all of a sudden he didn't like the Chiefs for a while. And I was like, what are you talking about, Chris? He flipped on that. All right, Chris, here we go. The number 5 team. I'm still going the Buccaneers. Even though they get rolled by the Lions, I'm still.
Oh, you had them at number 5 last week?
Yeah, and I put them in. I put the Lions at 4.
Okay.
The Colts at 3.
Really?
Yeah, I just put them in there because
you just put them in there.
Well, with that record, they deserve to be in there.
Because?
I get it. Well, we'll see what happens. They still get their schedules.
Like, do you believe in them, or did you just put them in there because of the record?
With the rankings and where I see them, I think they belong at 3rd, not at 1st. They're first in a lot of these.
So you think they deserve to be number 3?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
No,
when they play
I'm not asking you. We'll see. I'm asking you. Do you believe that
right
they're
now?
the third
Yes.
best team?
Right now, yes. Number 2, I have the Chiefs.
Okay. Number 2 with the Chiefs.
Number 2, the Chiefs. Number 1, I still have the Eagles because. Jalen Hurts been throwing the ball around. People said he's done, he's washed. He's 26 years old. Come on. They're still the Super Bowl champions, and they still win. And again, I'll remind people, they were 2-2 to start the season last year, getting hammered by the Bucs 31-16, but still win the Super Bowl. Any arguments with that list? So far?
Yeah, I think that list is not good.
Really?
I don't think it's good.
Well, who's your top?
So number 1 for me would be the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs.
That's fair.
This is the best. I would say so if where they are ranked offensively and defensively holds up, this is the best team Mahomes has ever played with.
I only put them behind the Eagles because the Eagles are the Super Bowl champions and they did beat the Chiefs head-to-head.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles could beat this Chiefs team. They played the Chiefs team without their best wide receiver, so yeah.
They also had
they were missing
Xavier,
right and they were missing Xavier Worthy. So that doesn't mean anything to me. And I don't care about the Super Bowl champs thing because a lot of teams win the Super Bowl and then the next year they're not what they were the year before. So at this point now,
the Eagles a little bit different though because they have been the 2 against the Chiefs.
They're really talented, but I'm going to tell you this right now: the issues they have on their offense are for real. Saquon Barkley's not the same guy he was last year, and I said this when we did the rankings.
He's getting better.
Yeah,
He had
one great game. But my thing is like, if Saquon Barkley is not otherworldly like he was last year, this team will not win the Super Bowl this year. So that's the reason why I'm not I know you love the talent, especially like Jalen Carter and the guys they have on their defense, Quenya Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I get that.
Yeah, they drive me nuts. I'm just saying they're good.
I like I said, I get where you're coming from. I just think that there's real issues that this team has on offense. There's real dissension there. I just know that Patrick Mahomes is not having meetings in the parking lot with his offensive players because they're not on the same page.
It's very bizarre, but they did this crap last year.
Yeah, they did this crap last year, and it worked because Saquon Barkley was amazing, and he made up for all the mistakes that they made in the passing
And Jalen
game.
Hurts is pretty good, too.
Jalen Hurts is pretty good, but he's not an elite quarterback. So, like, the thing is you had this awesome, great year last year. I'm not convinced they could replicate it. So I would have Chiefs at number 1. I wouldn't have the Colts in my top 5 because I don't believe in them. Like I legitimately do not feel that they're a top 5 team. I think they can make
Lions.
Yeah, I would take. I'd probably take the Lions at number 3. Because you know what? I put them at number 2. Actually,
I mean, there's some other choices.
I really
Bills,
like
Green
the
Bay,
Lions.
Seahawks, Rams. There's
You know
of
what?
choices.
Yeah, I would put Green Bay 2, Lions 3 because I really like Green Bay.
So you're buying Green Bay even though they lost to Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
And they tied the Cowboys.
Look, the Chiefs lost to the Colts in 22.
It's pretty ugly. They're losing to the Browns. Look,
When they get
they're
to
Dr.
the-
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They're
when
really
they
up
get
or really
to the
down.
playoffs, I think they're going to be the most dangerous team in the NFC. Because Jordan Love, I think, he's starting to show something. I want to see it in the playoffs, but I think Jordan Love is really starting to show
And Micah
something.
Parsons been ridiculous.
And Micah Parsons has been awesome. And, it's just like, man, when their receiving core gets healthy, when they get Jaden Reed back, they just got Christian Watson back. They get Jaden Reed back here in a few weeks. Like,
Oh, this is
that
kind of like
offense-
Tucker Kraft. I like my
yeah,
Tucker
Kraft's real nice. That's your boy. Like, look, they are loaded. And if Jordan Love can continue to show what I think he's shown in spots this year, I would take them over anybody in the NFC. So, yeah, like I said, to me, Packers number 2, Lions number 3. I'm cool with Bucks at 5, and I guess I would put the Bills at 4 just because of Josh Allen. And I think
I got him 6. Was pending this weekend.
and I get that. I'm fine if you have him 6. But I will put the Bills just because Josh Allen he's incredible. James Cook is having a hell of a year. And their passing defense, even though they haven't played very well against the best quarterbacks, still play pretty well.
Good stuff. Good stuff by you. Big thanks to Gene Battaglia that joined us from ESPN Rochester talking Bills and Kansas City Chiefs. Cannot wait for that game this weekend. It's going to be fun. You can hear that game right here. 96.5, The Fan. That should be good stuff. Of course, Bob, Dusty, and Matt come your direction for a Red Friday tomorrow right at 5:58 right here at 96.5 The Fan. Thanks for listening. Thanks for texting in. We'll put the Character Concerns podcast out here soon. This week's edition with college football matchups from this weekend.
It's up.
Oh, is it up now?
It's up.
So Character Concerns is up now. We preview the matchups for this coming weekend with the prospects. Thanks a lot, Chris. Always good seeing you, my friend. We'll talk to y'all later.
Yep.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
He's a world champion arm wrestler and one of QC Kinetics' most outspoken advocates. When Monster Mike Todd severely injured his bicep, doctors recommended a career-ending surgery.
Well, I definitely was never going to do that because I'm a competitive athlete.
And he didn't have to because the QC Kinetics medical team jumped into action, treating the damage using Mike's own orthobiologics. No need for surgery.
I think QC Kinetics was a huge help in my recovery. The percentages were that I would never make it back to this level.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments have helped transform, relieve, and restore thousands of patients with injuries and joint pain.
There's a pretty good chance that with under 15 weeks, I'll be competing for the heavyweight world title. Yeah, so I might be 24-time world champion by the end of the year.
You got this, Mike. And for anyone listening who's dealing with joint pain, the QC Kinetics consultation is free. So give them a call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Men, if the long lines to the bathroom have been holding you back from attending sporting events and you're waking up in the middle of the night dealing with frequent urination, it could be an enlarged prostate. Jeff Montgomery here to talk about the minimally invasive procedure I had that made a big difference. I went to Dr. Brown at Miva Medical, the leader in minimally invasive treatments in Kansas City. The procedure was quick and easy, and I'm very happy with the result. Don't put up with being uncomfortable. Contact Miva Medical. That's MIVA-medical.com.
Hey, almost Andy Reid here. It's been an honor to give back to the community that's embraced me being almost your head coach. Thanks for letting me be part of your team. Renner Garage Door is a teammate of mine that also values the community that they served for decades, always giving back and delivering wins with top brands like Geldon, Amar, and Liftmaster. Need a repair or replacement? Get a free estimate today. Forward and back.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
There's no place like the #1 sports bar to drive home the baseball season. Which team are you batting for in the To Win It All? Head over to your favorite lodge to catch every inning of the action. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Is the score with 8 minutes to go in the third, while the Magic defeated the Hornets 123-107. In the NHL, the Rangers and the Oilers are tied at 1 apiece after the first period. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Get ready for this! Departure frequency, Roger. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Look at the money that I'm making on this.
You know where this is going, Jason Smith and Mike Harmon.
You can make fun of it if you want.
You're listening to the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Lights out. That's what this is.
And here they are.
What's going on?
Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios with Mike Harmon. Here's Jason Smith.
Hello, welcome inside. Happy